walls were scattered with trophies from proceedings gone by, logos and tokens from companies he had reorganized under Chapter 11, gifts from especially grateful bank officers in the form of paperweights engraved with his name and maybe the date of a dispositive hearing. Immediately to his right, the head of a huge stuffed black bear was mounted on the lid of a metal wastebasket. Randall had killed the bear in Alaska on a bankruptcy retreat with the boys and the lone female associate, Liza Spontoon. The bear's eyes stared up at the ceiling. The jaws were open, the white fangs gleamed, and, best of all, the thing ate paper. Randall hated paper, which was why he glowered when Mac appeared and discreetly placed a hard copy of the lift-stay motion in the Beach Cove case somewhere on the back 40 acres of Randall's partner-sized desk, so it would be handy if Randall needed it during his conference call. "Get that out of here," Randall said, pointing first at the document, then at the computer screen, where the same document was already displayed in white letters on a blue field. As a rule, paper contained either worthless information or valuable information that was effectively useless and unretrievable until it was stored on a computer's hard disk. His associates all knew that memos to Randall were sent by email. Randall had an email macro that, every hour on the hour, intercepted any memo to his terminal exceeding 6,000 bytes, or about the length of one single-spaced typewritten page. The macro automatically opened such memos, then time and date stamped them with the following message: "Your memo to this terminal was returned unread because it was excessively verbose. Save your prolixity for our opponents in Federal District Court. In the future, check your email menu screen and be sure that your memo contains fewer than 6,000 bytes of information before sending it to this terminal. RSK." Before the conference call, Randall was due to meet with the creditors in the Westco manufacturing case, who were waiting for him down the hall in one of the Sterling conference rooms. "Do you want the memo on debtor-in-possession financing for the Westco meeting?" asked Mac. Randall shook his head in exasperation and pointed at his notebook computer. The kid was loyal and hard-working, he thought, but needed reminding. "I'll fetch the battery packs, Master," Mac said with a grin and slipped back out. Mac filled a place in Randall's solar system that belonged to his only son, Michael Killigan, who, instead of going to law school after college, ran off and joined the Peace Corps, and was now stationed in a country whose name Randall could never remember. Sierra Liberia or Sierra Coast, some blighted range of snake-infested hills in West Africa, full of nothing but swamps and bush villages and naked Africans living in mud huts with no running water or electricity. For some reason, Michael Killigan chose to live there too. Trying to be his own man, Randall figured, rebelling in the shadow of a giant, looking around for footsteps that were closer together than the mighty strides of his old man. He let the kid go, hoping that a couple months of sweltering in a shack, together with the attentions of a few colonies of intestinal parasites, would have his son back at home and eager to take the law school admissions test before the year was out. 18 months later, Michael had sent home a photograph of an African village girl in a head wrap, and the youthful insurrection threatened to become a permanent revolution. The camera shot was of her head and bare shoulders with a piece of bone or horn or a large fang on a leather string around her neck, and a big toothy smile for the camera. When Michael had come home on medical leave with a case of meningitis, Randall reasoned with him, then begged, threatened, bribed, even ordered him to stay, all of which did nothing but afflict his son with the selective deafness so often seen in the offspring of desperate parents. Michael had returned to Africa as soon as he could walk.